What's going on, guys and gals? Stock Jock here, up an even $500 on the day. Lots of trades today. I don't normally like to trade this much, but we'll get into it right off the bat. So my first trade was SRPT. This one had good phase 1, 2 trials. This isn't a phase 3 trial. It was successful nonetheless, so I thought it was a good candidate to short. It was already gapping up around $6, and the trend pre-market was just down. So I just wanted to kind of short this one out of the gate, thinking that it would just drop. And sure enough, I went short 500 shares right out of the open um, for the break of 46. So you can see, kind of see the open here. For the break of 46, it kind of popped up here. Um, we did get the break. Let's see, where is it? Okay, so pre-market. Here's pre-market. Popped up, and right as the bell opened, I'm looking for the break of 46. We get it right here inside this candle. You can kind of see it all went down to 45.50, but the L2, the spreads were ridiculous at the point. It's a 50-cent spread, so the bid was 45.50, but the ask was still at 46, so I couldn't really get a good fill. I just marketed up, try to get a decent fill. Inside this spike here, I ended up getting about 13 cents on the trade. Uh, so actually, that's more than 13. You know what I mean? I got a decent amount on that trade, and it took 500 shares, so I didn't get the greatest fill. It did pop right back up. There was a lot of buying for some reason, so I ended up just covering for what is that? A 13-cent win. So not a bad way to start the day. ZAIS, this one's kind of hard to see in retrospect, but you can kind of see the pop here and then kind of the curl and the candle over candle in the 1 minute. But this was also a chat room play as well. So one of the chat rooms I subscribed to, they were looking to go long at a certain price point on this. I believe it was the break of 710. So when the moderator announced 710, I went long because I saw other people starting to buy at 307. Break of 710, got a quick pop up. It popped up to like 323 here, 324, and I really thought it was going to get going again with that volume from the chat room. It didn't, so I sold at 313 just to get out. Nice win there, 6 cents, $180. This one short SRPT again. This time we have a candle under candle situation. The ideal entry would have been right here at 45.90. However, when it broke that, it kind of went down pretty quickly. Uh, the other thing I liked about the short is we double topped, right? You see that double top there, and then we start coming back through this level. This was kind of the key level. This is that 90 mark that you see right here. So we broke that, and then we're going to hopefully continue this move down and have a clean move down. So I went short 45.80 right inside this candle right here. We got that break, and there was just a lot of bids that came in out of nowhere, and I was like, what is this? It was just super volatile. So I ended up covering for only a 5-cent win, basically $25 on this trade, because it was just way too volatile for me at this point, and I'm just happy to get out without losing my shirt. So I went short SRPT again. This time, we had a pop up. This is a higher or a lower high. So this is the last high. This is the second high, right, on the 1 minute. And this 45.50 mark is good support. So what I'm thinking is double top, come down, pop up, and now we're coming down, and we're going to break this nice area of support and get a nice move down. Well, unfortunately, it did not do what I thought it would do. I went short right here at 53, 45, 53, and it couldn't break it, and just bids kept coming in. So as it was swinging back up, I ended up covering for what is that, a 25-cent loss? No, 24-cent loss. It was a pretty big loss there on 500 shares. So, $120 or so. Not my greatest moment, but it was the right call. So it ended up popping up to 46.22, and it did kind of fall apart later on. But the move, what I was playing, did not work out, and it didn't do what I thought it was going to do. So cut my losses, move on. And notice I'm only taking 500 shares here, smaller share size, because it's so volatile at this point. So just keeping my losses tight and keeping my wins tight. VSTM, this one actually was a 5 minute candle over candle play brought to my attention by Bart, who is one of the lead day traders in the Millionaire Roadmap. If you remember that, you know what I'm talking about. Phenomenal day trader, best day trader I've ever met. He's part of the Millionaire Roadmap, and the link for that is down in the description below. It's a pricey service. I think it's like 3 or 4 grand a year for the first year. The second year is $1,000 off. Third year is $1,000 off. But he makes literally $1,000 to $2,000 a day. So it's like if you can echo his trades, you know, he's phenomenal. He really is, and he's not one of these guys where buys and notifies everybody and they buy behind him. He's playing mid to large cap stocks, so you know people buying behind him is not going to move a stock. It's technicals that are going to move it. So anyway, he alerted on social media this one and in the chat room the candle over candle play on this guy. In VSTM, great news out. I think it was JP Morgan raised them from neutral to overweight. So I went long on this play, and at 516 popped up. I sold for basically a 4 cent win on this one, $120. So SRPT was my next trade. Uh, we finally got that break of this level that I was talking about right here, pop back up, and I was trying to just get in before maybe the next move down. That's kind of what I was doing. So I was thinking maybe 45.50 would hold this time, be resistance, and it just didn't. I only took 302 shares here. I just got a crazy fill. So I ended up, the idea was right, but I ended up covering just a little too early. I covered right inside this candle. I mean, I played it properly, the bounce up, but I thought 45.50 would hold, not 45.60. And kind of looking back on this, I screwed up because I could have used the 20-minute moving average as my my stop loss, and that would have given me a proper exit on this because it tapped it twice and then got that move down, even breaking below 45 down here. So I just played this one bad. I lost $30 in the trade. Not a big deal because, like I said, it was only 302 shares. VSTM, this one I played because it hit this area with support, came back up and tested it again, and I was thinking it was going to hold this level right here and actually get a move back up, hold the Bollinger Band, get a move back up, at least grab maybe 10 cents out of this. But of course, as soon as I go long, it flushes me out right here, or flushes me out. It looks like it's going to sell off, so I get out and I lose about 3 cents on the trade. FSNN, this one I was watching for the daily chart. You got to move up, consolidation, and today it was hanging around the 290 mark when two chat rooms that I'm subscribed to both went long on almost at the exact same time. I went long on the first with the first one because I didn't want to miss this candle over candle, which would have been $3. So I went long at 290 right here and got the move up, and I sold half when the second chat room went long. As you can see, it hit $3 right here, and then consolidated and finally broke three. But as soon as it broke three, lots of selling came in. And when I saw that, it was a false break. I sold the remaining half. Basically, 298 and 297 were my exits, and it just completely sold off from there. So when I'm playing these, and this is where the chat rooms got out, but when you play these daily charts that are swinging up, if they go candle over candle, in this case the break of $3, and don't move up here, it is a bearish sign, and that's exactly what happened. Everybody else that was playing it bailed out, and this thing just went low a day real quick. This next trade was alerted by Hulk in our Discord chat. Hulk is our moderator right here. Thank you, Hulk, for making me money on this trade, about 50 bucks. So anyway, Fran was moving down, hit this level, bounced back up, and it was coming back down to this level. So this was a pretty key level, and it was actually on the 5-minute chart. You can kind of see it here. It was forming a, if it will make it, a descending triangle. So this was a pretty easy trade right here. It's going to have to make up its mind. It's either going to go up or it's going to break down. And of the descending triangle, your odds are it's going to break to the downside. And that's exactly what happened here. So you had the pop up on the 1 minute, holding this level, 701, broke down. And I shorted that area right there, got in short at $7 and covered a minute later, 694. So 50 bucks on that trade. Thank you, Hulk. VSTM, this was just a bottom of the Bollinger Band play. I went long at 497, thinking we were going to break through 5 on the next swing up. Unfortunately, the next candle, it just sold off incredibly hard, and I thought, oh gosh, of course, this is VSTM just ate my lunch all day long today. So I stopped out in this candle. The volume came in and just flushed it out, and I lost about $40 on that trade. I was thinking it would hit this and move back up like it had done multiple times already, but of course it broke through the Bollinger Band here, and it did pop back up, but I wasn't assured of that, so I stopped out. My next trade was a 5-minute play on HIMX. This one had sold off pretty hard. It was pretty oversold down here around the $11 mark. You can kind of see it here. And this is a stock that a lot of people are loving right now, so I thought they'd find some buyers around 11. So I was watching this. We got a candle over candle, candle over candle move right here, and that's what I was going for. So the breakdown, pop up, and then candle over candle is kind of what I was going for, thinking buyers would come in, and also for the break of 11. So I went long at that time. You can kind of see it over here a little bit better, 11:30 right inside here. So multiple times it tested this bottom, this support range right here, and as soon as it went candle over candle in the 5-minute, I went long for the break of that candle over candle and the break of 11. Uh, so I got on it long at 10.95 and I got out at 11:03 inside the same candle. So this candle right here with the volume. So got the pop up and I sold. I was thinking about getting back in, and I don't think I did. Now I played VSTM next. Let's look at VSTM. VSTM, like I said, all I did was either break even or lose money on this trade today. So VSTM, I'm just trying to think. I was thinking it was just eventually going to get some momentum and actually do something. Here we're breaking out of the Bollinger Band on the upside. So I'm thinking, okay, here we go. We're going to get back up to VWAP. Nope. I was green on the trade, and then it just started coming back down. So I ended up selling dead even on that trade. HIMX was my next trade. Honestly, looking back on this trade, I have no idea what I was thinking. Uh, it's not a 5-minute setup. The 5-minute trend is down. We had a pop up, and it's just coming down. I don't know what I was thinking, but I went long. 12 o'clock right here. Maybe I was thinking we'd break this level and get another move back up. Maybe that's kind of what I was thinking. We're near the That's probably what I was thinking. We're near the bottom of the Bollinger Band. I was thinking we'd go candle over candle, get the move up. And the exact opposite happened. And the flush came when I went long. So went long 11:11 right here and waited a couple minutes and it started to sell off. So I got out -4 and then the flush happened. SRPT, this was a candle under candle play that I did. You can kind of see the pop here, but the volume is declining, especially on this candle right here. So when we went candle under candle, I went short, 46.42. We got the break, and I ended up covering a minute later as it didn't flush out. It didn't do what I thought it would do, and that's so key about if the stock doesn't do what you thought it was going to do, get out because it's probably going to do the opposite. And in this case, it did. It continued to go up after that. So I did make $15 on that trade, but it could have been bad if I didn't stick to my guns. Next trade, SRPT. This one, I was looking for the break of 47. I really thought that if we break 47, we'd just get the pop up. At this time, and 47 was high day. You can kind of see it was stair stepping up. So I was using that 9-minute moving average right here as my support of this move. So right here, I went long on the 9-minute moving average, and as soon as I went long, boom, huge sell-off. So I luckily got out for only a -7 because it dropped basically 20-30 cents on me. So after that, I was just done with that move. HIMX, this is probably, I'm going to chalk this up to over trading. It was just slow tape. We got candle over candle. That's probably what I was playing. I really thought this thing would pick up. I went long, and I ended up getting out break even on this trade. I just really thought that after this dip, it bounce. where am I at? So it was up here. It dropped. It came back up, and I thought, okay, that's bullish. Then we're gonna break out of this range. Didn't do it. I ended up just covering, getting out, basically break even on the trade. So Mattel had some bad news. Well, not really related to Mattel, but Toys R Us rumored that they are looking at maybe going bankrupt. Obviously Toys R Us sells Mattel toys, so I went short. Basically, after it flushed out, just kind of in here for the candle under candle move, it didn't flush out like I thought it would, so I ended up covering real quick for only 20-cent win, or 2-cent win, $20. KSS, this one was a buyout rumor by Amazon. When I heard it, I bought 2,000 shares at 42.37, 42.42, right inside this candle here, and popped up, sold at 42.42, basically this break even, and 42.39. So didn't make a killing on this, but it was a nice win nonetheless. I did play it again as soon as it kind of came back down towards the VWAP. I got a really good fill, 42.33, and it popped up really quick. So I sold. You can kind of see the curl right here. Bought it right there, sold it as it was moving back up, 42.40. $70 on that one. So I did it again inside this candle. It dropped down real quick. I bought the weakness, got in at 42.41, popped up really quick, and I sold for $50 win. ENDP, this one was some Orange Book FDA news. So when I saw that, I went long. How many shares did I take? I took 2,000 shares at 846, 847, and I sold inside the spike here. Let's see, 38, right inside this spike for basically a 3-4 cent win on each lot. And it did rip after that. It was a pretty good move on that, but I was happy with that win right there. HIMX, towards the end of the day, volume started to come in, and I think it was shorts covering and people buying, going into the close. So I wanted to ride that momentum up a little bit. You can see I went long right here, chased it a little bit. At this point, I was up at, I think, $499 a day. I just want to get $500. So this is just a quick in and out. Got in right here, went up, and I sold real quick for basically a $20 win. So at that time I was up 509 on the day. I thought I could play one more, and that was SRPT. I really thought, okay, this is closing near the high of day. It's going to get going. And so I went long at 46.98 right here, thinking it was going to break 47 and just move on out. And then I was like, what am I doing? I'm up $509. Let's just get out and just hold your win. So I exited, and I think I lost $9 exactly on that trade, and that brings me to $500 on the day. So happy with that. Good day for sure. A little bit of over trading, but nonetheless, coming out on top, coming out green, never is a bad thing. So if you have any questions about my trading style, feel free to ask. You can find me in my free Discord chat. Come on in. It's pretty busy during the day. Right now, this is after hours, so there's hardly anybody in here, but pretty busy during the day. I'm in voice alerts, and I call out what I see on the microphone. Also, if you have any questions about trading or any kind of questions on stocks, I'm here to help. It's completely free. If you're interested in any of the chat rooms that I subscribe to or news sources, the link for that is down in the description of this video. All right, I will see you guys in the next video.